Hello everyone, it's Ryan Smith again from The Natural Aquarium, a complete guide. Today, we're going to discover a plant that I find very pleasing in the aquarium. It's Bacopa Ludwigia. It's quite widespread. You can even find it in drainage ditches, as we did in our last video. Yes, it can grow both underwater, making it great for your aquarium, and it can even grow out of the water. So if you have some space above your aquarium, well, it'll poke right out, just like this. And if you're very lucky, and the conditions are right, it might even flower for you. Yes, Bacopa is an amazing plant. It's even part of traditional medicines. Shrimp love it. Fish love it. It's a great plant. I've even let it take over half of an entire aquarium here. It's set up a dense root system, taking advantage of the rich mulm below. And to stop it from going completely wild up at the top, I put a little cover, because otherwise I had it growing over the entire countertop and into other aquariums. Yes, it is definitely a plant that loves to grow, and will take every bit of space you give it. And here it is poking out of the aquarium. Yes, it was able to brush aside an otherwise fairly thick mat of duckweed, get its time in the light. Because, like all plants, it needs that light. And it's also taking advantage of the extra carbon dioxide that's in the atmosphere. Because that is another part of what plants do. They take in carbon, they take in water. In the process, they build themselves carbohydrates and release oxygen. Let's go in for a closer look and see the place where this happens on a Bacopa leaf. Yes, if you zoom in enough, you might just see those little green blobs, the chloroplasts, where all of this photosynthesis is taking place. And I think that's a stomata, where the gas is able to enter or leave a leaf. Yeah, with all of this going on, the Bacopa can build itself into a wonderful forest. A place where fish can play. But we mustn't forget about the roots. The roots are also important. They're taking in various nutrients. Here's a close-up of a root. You can see the same geometric structure of the plant cells, and you may notice there's a lack of chloroplasts here because, well, typically it's not anywhere near the light. Yes, the structures of plants themselves are quite useful to everything in the aquarium. It gives shrimp a place to eat. It gives fish a place to hunt, both micro and macro life that would live in between the leaves, on the leaves, hanging on to roots, far, far below the surface. Yes, many little micro-habitats are there, as long as you let them develop. Even all the way down here to the mulm layer. Here you can still find life, picking away at all the little things that the plants will eventually absorb and produce themselves with. So not only does it go from the top down, but the bottom back up. Yes, life goes in great cycles, just like the nitrogen cycle here. Yes, the plants, not only do they provide things for the fish, but the fish themselves, they will provide right back. All of the poop from all of the food that they've eaten, well, it turns into nitrogen compounds, which will then get excreted back into the tank. And then the plants will take those right out of the tank, whether it be through their roots or their leaves. Each has their own specialty. And even our friends the shrimp and the snails, they too can contribute some of these compounds and perhaps turn them into newer ones as well. And just like that, life keeps cycling. And even outside of the aquarium, where we have this going on out top, well, guess what? There's even more cycling going on here. In this case, it's carbon, but still, every bit vitally important. I'd like to show you another project that I've been working on. This one's a paludarium, and inside we find all sorts of plants. But the main centerpiece, as you can tell, is our friend Bacopa. Yeah, this versatile plant, not only does it grow in the water, but it can also grow right on top of logs and everything. Notice how the roots have attached themselves. Mostly they're seeking out water, and well, as you can see, they're finding enough to continue growing. Because, well, there is quite a bit of water being pumped up from down below. Yep, there they are again. The roots just soaking up as much as they can from that water source. And we have another friend here, Ludwigia. Ludwigia has a very wide range. You could perhaps find some near you. And just like Bacopa, it can grow both out of water, in the water, and this one even quite well on land, as long as there's some water for it to absorb. Yes, Ludwigia is quite versatile, just like our friend Bacopa, but it has one more quality that makes it perhaps a little more pleasing to the eye. That quality, of course, is that, well, it can change colors depending on how much light it receives, and other various conditions in the tank. You'll notice that, of course, the places that get the most light are the places where it turns the most pink or even red. This gives a stark contrast to the colors that are often found in fish and shrimp and other plants. Let's take a closer look and see what's going on at the cellular level here. Here we are, a vast array of different cells. And there's our friend the chloroplasts again, plugging away and making life possible by making complex carbohydrates for animals to survive on. Here we are at the edge of the leaf. I found this one to be quite diverse and a stark contrast between the reds and the greens. Yeah, but my favorite place for all of this Bacopa and Ludwigia to live is right here in my pond. It's not much of a pond, but 20 gallons does quite nice for my small fish that I keep in there. Ludwigia, of course, will grow out and over the sides, as well as the Bacopa. Both of these plants seeking more carbon that is available to them outside in the atmosphere than there is in the water. And of course, with the right amount of light, the colors just pop. And then there's always, of course, the flowers and all the small insects that come to pollinate them from time to time. And these insects, of course, are enjoyed by my fish, but in other ways. Yes, you too can bring the magic of plants into your aquarium today. Witness magical transformations. Going from mostly bare to absolutely stunning. Perhaps you might even order some of your plants from Father Fish. Yes, Father Fish has quite a stock of plants, all with instructions, packed with care, and plenty of yummy peanuts. And maybe you even want to get some soil additives to make sure that those plants truly grow to their best. All of this variety could be yours. And all at value too, from the lovely Bacopa and Ludwigia to specialty plants like red root floaters, Anubias, bulb plants, even ferns, and swords, each one of them amazing in their own way. hopefully you'll join us in the natural aquarium and take full advantage of all the plants that Father Fish has found. They can all be purchased on his website, which is linked below. And, well, he'll be back, don't worry. I'm only here for a short time, folks. And don't forget to stay curious. I'll see you next time. Farewell.